Yo, yo. Happy Friday, everyone. Hello. How's everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever this may find you. Welcome to Vinyl Junkies Radio, the Vinyl Junkies community. I'm really happy to be with you guys here. It's been a regular show for the last couple of times, but this time what it is that we're going to do is an old man, because we have an old man record to do. Remember when we used to do old man listens shows 3 times a week? I gotta say, I don't miss doing it 3 fucking times a week, but I do miss doing it every once in a while, especially when it's an album that has some hype behind it. It's an album that I kind of want to listen to. I am not fully invested in VIAGRA Boys yet, okay? Other than I have heard the hype, I know the hype, and there are people that I trust, like fucking Jason and fucking Foster. You know, there's people in the community that I trust that really want this record, that really like this record. You see, this is your favorite Devo record of the last 10 years. That's kind of good to hear, you know? But the fact is I mean, right before we turn the camera on, we have the Zoom on, right? So it's kind of like Janice asks, what kind of genre is this? And goddamn, you know, I don't know. I guess we'll find out together. For some reason, I thought I saw, as a label, Epitaph. And that fucking scared me, because I'm not a big old fan of Epitaph records at all. To me, Epitaph is, you know, small punk. It's not really my thing. But, so in terms of what my expectation is here, there's maybe a 15% or 20% expectation of mall punk. And I really hope I don't get mall punk. I originally came in with this idea of the fact that it might be some aggressive dance music. I think the reason for that is because of the word VIAGRA Boys. It's like the Venga Boys. What was that song that the Venga Boys used to do? What was that song? Somebody please tell me. Hello Barbie, let's go party. Hello Barbie, let's go party. Is it going to be one of those? Oh my God, guys, I need a fucking normal day. So happy to have you here. We're going to be doing a regular old show after that. I know it's Aqua. I know it's Aqua. You would know that it's Aqua, eh, Taiwan? So what we're going to do is we're going to listen to this entire record. Homeless Sweet Idols, eh? I can get into that. Boom, 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 let's go back to my room. Was that them? Because that was fucking terrible too. Like, there's bad music where it's like, okay, it's bad, but I want the record. And then there's just bad music. And I'm not sure boom, 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 let's go back to my room would make it to my collection. It might make it to fucking D-Rock's collection. But he's cheesier than I am in a lot of ways. Folks, I didn't wake up a long time ago. All of you who know me and the show well enough, I can't say it enough, so thank you for being there this week. If you haven't already, retweet this motherfucker. Let's see if we can't get a party going. Will members of the VIAGRA Boys tune in? We've had that shit happen. We've had the dudes from Idols tune in. We've had the dudes from RTJ tune in. Doves. So, you know, bands have tuned in. I'm not Fantoma. I'm a different thing. I think I like what we are, though. I think I like the fact that this is a show that's not for, to go viral. This is not going to be, I'm not going to be an internet celebrity. I'm not going to be a fucking influencer. I don't want to be an influencer. I'm a dude who's part of this community and a bunch of people know each other. And if anybody else wants to come from the outside and tune in and check our vibe out, then cool, you're welcome to do it, but I'm much happier knowing that I'm playing all of these records for people that I actually know. Many of you who I've actually met during our meetups, And some of you new people like Pistache, who just came in. We're going to probably play tunes right after this, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the old man. We're going to listen to the entire record, side 1, side 2. And after that, I'm going to just do some I'm going to do a show and keep playing some music. Maybe at that point we'll turn off YouTube or something like that, and we'll just keep going on Twitch and play some tunes together. And of course, tonight there's the regular show. If you like what we do, yo, man, we've been here, 3 years now? Almost 3 years broadcasting straight, 2.5, let's say. We got a pretty damn good community. Come join us. Come hang out with us. Be a part of it. Become a patron for as little as $2 or $5 a month. Or don't. What should I expect here? All I know is that as we were talking about this, it seems like this show's been delayed a little bit, okay? The album didn't come on time. There's a whole bunch of things. Anyway, but the thing is that here we are. We're finally playing it, and I saw in the Discord chat that there's a little bit of chat happening. People seem to be getting excited. Now, when I listen to this, it's like it heightens the anticipation for me. Is it going to be one of those things that sticks with me? Is it going to be one of those bands that sticks with me? Or is it going to one of those bands that's not going to leave an impact? I mean, Idols stuck with me, Fontaine's DC, we did that one fairly recently. That, I would say that I haven't gone to it often, but I would say that Fontaine's DC stuck with me because I know what the sound is and I like that record quite a bit too, And in terms of you guys talking about post-punk, I gotta tell you, right now in terms of modern post-punk, the thing that always comes to mind as the standard that I look for, that I really like the new stuff that I really like, Molchat Doma. I fucking love Molchat Doma. In other words, when they put out their new record, whenever that is, expect Old Man listens to Molchat Doma. That shit will happen. I also wasn't sure, I don't know anything about it. It seems like I've only started hearing about Viagra Boys last year or so. Now, of course, you guys all know that I don't keep track. I don't keep current. I don't listen to any media. I don't do any of that stuff. So I don't keep current at all. Okay? But as I checked this, obviously I entered the record into Discogs, and I noticed that they have a few other records, and you start paying attention to the word, you start paying attention to the band a little bit, see what snippets you hear from them and stuff, and they got some album with the name Jazz in it, the album before, Junkyard Jazz or something like that. Did I get that right? Welfare Jazz, that's what it's called. Thank you. I knew one of you would correct me immediately. And I saw that title, and it's like, Welfare Jazz, eh? But it's not jazzy. It's like, okay, well, you know me well enough to know that, when I hear something like Welfare Jazz, I think of jazz or jazz-inflected stuff like acid jazz or whatever the case is, But will we wind up playing other records? I don't know. We'll see. We're going to start here. Am I correct? This album came out this year. What month did this come out? Qualifies for quote-unquote album of the year. Let's see what we think. Is there anybody here that hasn't heard this yet? At all? And actually, look, maybe you guys can tell me, how's the record been received? Are they on tour right now? Is it well received? Is it are all the hipsters on Pitchfork going crazy? Did Pitchfork give it a score and they're going to wind up on Bonnaroo and all of that? Do they have all that shit going for them right now? Ah, okay, you see they're touring with Shame, for example. Now that could be interesting, because I really like Shame. I very much like Shame. So, that's a good move. I mean, for me at least. All right, guys. You want to know about the quality of the record, and that's where I'm going to go first. Okay. Fairly ordinary, I would say, probably even light stock. Not, I wouldn't call it completely flimsy like some of those, let's say 70s French pressings that have those super thin covers. It's not quite as flimsy as that, but I would say that as far as new album covers go, like as far as new jackets go for new stuff, it's on the flimsy side. It's not the thickest stock paper. Okay, that's fair to say. It's the color's nice though. I mean, I like the art. What does this remind me of? Doesn't Pearl Jam have a record that kind of looks like this? That's not a good thing, though. So I don't know what to expect in terms of, like, the art. It's not giving too much away. Oh, Tongue has yeah, that's exactly right. Tongue looks kind of the same, too. So, I mean, the cover doesn't look much. This is the inner sleeve. Okay? So, I mean, it's a nice paper inner sleeve. However, you don't put inner sleeve. You don't put your records. You don't house your records in paper sleeves, right? So that means that I had to get a plastic sleeve, a proper inner sleeve, a proper anti-static inner sleeve, and I did that. The record cost me 33 Canadian, and my local record store, Au 33 Tours, pretty much sells very competitively at prices. So in other words, I trust that that's about how much they go for. I paid 33 Canadian, which would probably be maybe 28 American. It's on the expensive side. It's not the sub $20 record, but that almost doesn't exist anymore. It's not the sub $25 record, which is a record I like when it's there. There are labels that can still release records in that zone. Third Man Records releases sub $25 records still. Sacred Bones does as well. Relapse does. So there are labels you can still get it cheap. Okay, $22.99 is not terrible. $22.99 is absolutely reasonable. Why is it so expensive here? I don't know. Shipping charges, duty fees. The actual record. Those of you who know me for a while know that I had developed a scoring system for records, but really went very into detail of every part of the record as a physical copy, not even necessarily how the record is mastered or any of that. Okay? I'm talking about just the actual product. How was it treated? I don't see any surface marks at all. I do see some whooshes, some kind of like little faint scuffs. Not a lot of them, and the reason it is that I see, it's not going to come up on camera, the reason it is that I see the scuffs is pretty simple. Paper sleeve. That's the reason. Records don't belong in a paper sleeve. You put this in an anti-static sleeve, there's no scuffs. But there's not a lot of them. I've seen way worse than this. So, is it going to be a terrible thing if you decide to buy it? Nah. All right. Fairly clean. Let's let her spin. The edge has a tiny, tiny, tiny little bump on it, but for the most part, it's pretty smooth. So I would definitely, the edges are good. I can see before even putting the stylus on the record that the record's got a wobble to it. I can already see that there's it's got a warp. How bad's the warp going to be? I'm about to kind of like go down and see if there's any space between the actual record and the platter. But that kind of sucks. I fucking hate when records have warps in them. Why would that happen? Because when they press the records, they don't let them cool off enough. Basically. All right. I mean, sure, it could happen in the mail and all the rest of this, but for the most part, I found after having inspected 1,000 records, specifically for the project that I did, that most of the time, the warp doesn't happen in shipping. The warp happens when it's being pressed. They don't cool the fucking records off enough. All right. So I would say that a warp, let's see, let me just take a look. If I had to score the warp out of 10, I would say it's an 8 out of 10. Which is to say that, I can't say it's a 9 where it's super slight, because I spotted it immediately. The minute I put it on the turntable, I spotted there was a warp. So to me, it's like you see it. It's an 8. However, what separates it, let's say, from a 6 or 7 to an 8? Generally, for me, if there is a little bit of space that you see between the platter and the record, that's where it is that the warp starts getting more significant. And I do not see that space. So that's a better thing. The other thing that I test out is if the record's centered properly. It's pretty simple. If it's centered properly, the tone arm, there's no sway, there's no nothing. Boom. Straight on. You'd be surprised at how often that is an issue with modern pressings. So what I did is I turned off the mute. I turned on the mute on the turntable, and just so that I can place the needle on the record and allow myself to see if there's any sway. Give me just a sec here. I would say that there's no sway. It's kind of hard to tell because you see the needle like move around a bit, but that's probably due to the warp. Generally speaking, if it's going up and down, that's the warp. If it's going side by side, that's centered. And it makes me fucking crazy when records aren't centered properly. It makes me completely crazy because that's because they didn't fucking set their machines properly. It makes me nuts. If you look at the better pressing houses, like Quality Record Press, they don't find, there's none of this problem. Because they check everything. Third Man Records checks. I don't know who pressed this. I would love to know who pressed this. But dead center, I would say. It's pretty good. So overall, if I had to just base it on those physical type of parameters, packaging is on the cheaper, more economical side. The actual product itself seems fairly well pressed, except for a warp, 8 out of 10, let's say. In other words, are you going to get a record that's completely unplayable? Nope. You got a record that's within the right parameter. From a physical standpoint, from a product standpoint, it's worth buying. The music is another thing. That's taste, right? And I don't play critic. I don't rate records. I don't do any of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen to it. Smoke a joint, have a coffee, and see what we think of the music, you know? I don't need critics. I don't like critics. I'm not here to criticize the music. We're not here to place a numerical score on it. We're here to hang out and experience a piece of music, a piece of art together. That's it. So let's do this. What do you say? You ready? What I'm going to do, as I've mentioned already, is I'm going to basically play some other tunes right after our old man. And we're ready. Who's going to smoke a joint with me? I got my coffee ready. Hopefully, in about half an hour, I'll have another coffee. And I'm ready to do this, man. I'm totally ready to do this. So let me get my lighter. Thanks so much for hanging out, folks. If you haven't already, give the video a like on YouTube. Smoke them if you got them, folks. Let me put up this volume. Here goes nothing. I have no idea what to expect. Let's go. Already it sounds 80s.
Well, little Jimmy was the cutest little baby.
Oh, I like that.
His mama told him that one day he was gonna be a star.
It's got a little bit of a Joe Strummer thing, eh? His voice, his delivery.
Well, folks said he was crazy. They said that one day that boy, he's gonna kill us all.
Get high. Yeah, this is very Clash so far.
But Jimmy started drawing things that Mama thought was crazy. She didn't like the things she saw come out of his head. He spent his time in the kitchen microwaving batteries.
Microwaving batteries.
He even killed a squirrel and turned it into a hat. Oh, into a hat. Well, in his teens, Jimmy started smoking lots of things. He started taking sleeping pills during the day. And late at night he'd sneak out, all dressed up in leather. His mama cried, oh no, my child's in some sort of gang. He's in some sort of gang. To my child, it's unexplainable. He used to be a little baby, and now he's just a criminal. He used to be a baby, now he's just a criminal. He used to be a baby, now he's just a criminal. He used to be a baby, now he's just a criminal. I used to be a baby, now I'm just a criminal. To my little boy, oh, it's so fucking sad. He used to be a little baby, and now he's just a criminal.
Yeah, I like this. This is somehow now all of a sudden make me think of Garbage. Stupid girl. Stupid girl.
When Jimmy was arrested,
he was a stupid girl.
The cop said he will be locked up for the rest of his life
as a stupid girl.
But when they found him, he was in a little suit of tinfoil. They said that he was trying to build a nuclear device. Nuclear device, man.
No, this is pretty party too, man. I think it. That's what I want to know. Party punk sounds just about right. You understand how that would make me very reticent, right? Like mall punk, but it's not like that. I like it. Ciao Stefano. Come stai? Mosley. Io sto bene, grazie. Meglio.
He goes to work on his computer. He thinks about his gun at home. One day he's gonna be a shooter. He's gonna bring his gun to work. He thinks about the ones who wronged him and the punishments they'll face. But things they would play out much different. Back in the time when we were apes.
Yeah, this gives me the Devo part for sure.
When
I dig
everybody
it.
was a monkey, oh, we had to fight just to survive. And now you got yourself a weapon. You think you choose to live and dies. But when we had hairy arms and legs, and you were still swimming around in a lake. Yeah, you were still a troglodyte. You just evolved a bit too late. You ain't no ape, you're a troglodyte. You ain't no ape, you're a troglodyte.
Mongoloid, she was a mongoloid! This is their mongoloid. This is fucking good. I gotta get Devo. We gotta listen to Devo after. Mongoloid, she was a mongoloid!
He says he don't believe in science. He thinks that all the news is fake. And late at night he sits on his computer and writes about the things he hates. But if it was a million years ago and we were still living in caves, you would not be welcomed by the other apes, 'cause you evolved a bit too late. You ain't no ape, you're a troglodyte. You ain't no ape, you're a troglodyte. You're a troglodyte.
You're a mongoloid!
Troglodyte.
Mongoloid.
Well, when we met, you thought that I could probably change. I warned you then that, baby, I don't seem insane, but I fucking am. And I'm rocking a little gold chain that ain't real gold. I told you that it's fucking fake. I spend my money elsewhere on different things that come in little plastic bags.
What's up, Adrian?
They disappear the same night. The same night. I ain't your average normal dude, it sure ain't glamorous. I keep things loose, I ain't your average punk rock loser, yeah, I'm a savage. I'm really cool.
The voice is giving me,
I try to warn you, I'm
on
loose.
this one, fucking detachable penis. What the hell's the name of that guy? Detachable penis.
I try to warn you that I'm bad and I'm loose. I'm looser than a piece of low-hanging
King
fruit.
Missile, yeah.
And I don't go to parties where folks get dressed up.
And that dude from Cake a little
I
bit.
go to the function just to fuck shit up. I want you, baby, that ain't juice in my cup. It's promethazine and a little 7-Up. I tried to warn you that I'm bad and I'm loose. I'm looser than a piece of low-hanging fruit. I ain't your average normal dude. It sure ain't glamorous, but I keep things
hear the
loose. I ain't your average
yes.
punk rock loser. Yeah, I'm a savage. I'm really cool.
Wonderful.
I'm loose. I said I'm loose, baby.
A bit of Lux Interior, yeah, because it's got a garage feel to this one. I hope you're well, Atheum. Happy to see you.
I'm drenched in sweat when I wake up, need to hang up my sheets, pour up the beer, and walk out with no shoes on my feet. And I don't need nobody tell me how to dress. I look in the mirror, say, man, you're the best. Yeah, I'm sorry, honey, but I gotta confess, don't give a fuck about you, I could really care less. I ain't your average normal dude, it sure ain't glamorous, but I keep things loose. I ain't your average punk rock loser, yeah, I'm a
Suddenly
savage.
thinking of
I'm really cool.
3,000 homo
I'm really
DJs.
cool. And most of all,
Or what's that other Ministry side
I'm
project
loose.
that did Do You Think I'm Sexy? Revolting Cocks.
Oh,
Think of Gary Newman.
I can't believe it. I can't believe what I read last night. Man, there's little kids growing up with animal hair. Some of them are growing up with tails, maybe even 2 tails, man. They're putting in little microchips into... They're putting microchips into vaccines. Little creepy crawlies with tiny little legs that creep around your body. Collecting information, oh, collecting information. They're putting little creepy crawlies in the vaccine. Ah,
I love that.
ah.
And he's mentioned tinfoil already. Okay.
You wonder why those people look so young? You wonder why those people up at the top look so young? I'll tell you why.
All right.
Oh, they're injecting adrenochrome to keep the skin all shiny. It reduces wrinkling, and it makes the pupils look like human pupils and not
Now
all
I'm getting a
slanted
throbbing
with
bristle
lizard
vibe.
eyes. Oh, they got kids growing up with animal cells. They're putting microchips in the vaccine, and they're
Microchips.
putting creepy crawlies in the microchips. They're 'Cause without the vaccines are getting harvested because the blood isn't tainted.
Wind turbines are
Oh,
dangerous.
the blood is pure. The blood is pure and it's perfect for adrenochrome.
Wind causes you cancer. Coal is better.
They're turning kids into adrenochrome. They're turning kids into adrenochrome. They're turning kids into adrenochrome. Can you believe it? Lizard people! Oh, they're harvesting our children! Our children are growing up with lizard gills and animal hair! That ain't normal baby hair, that's animal hair! You can tell if you touch it. Oh, it's disgusting! I can't believe it! When I was younger, none of this existed! Everything was fine, everything was perfect, and now it's ruined! It's ruined because you voted on the wrong motherfucker!
Praise Jesus.
You wouldn't believe the sources that I linked you. I told you to read. I told you to do your research. I told you, man. I told you they're harvesting babies for adrenochrome.
I fucking love that. That was done with humor too. I love that. Oh. Can I have another coffee, Andre? Are you here?
Did you know that years ago all we had was sticks and stones to make our food and build our homes? We collected berries and we lived in holes, and most of us lived in the trees. We counted things at incredible speeds. We lived a life of simplicity, eating on bugs and liverberries.
Yeah, I just name dropped Ping Missile. Detachable penis, for sure.
We lost all of the hair from our bodies.
Yeah, I get you saying gorillas. I see where you can get that.
Ancestors were very weak. The other chimps kicked them out.
Hey, Leopold.
And they were forced to learn how to speak in exchange for other important things. But once on the ground, we were exposed to lions and tigers and predators. So we learned to speak, to share our strategies on how to survive as naked monkeys. We climbed down from the trees and learned to speak.
I mean, how many good bands did we name drop during the side of during this side of music? Doesn't mean that it's derivative at all. It just means you hear, well, you know how it is, right? When you listen to a new piece of music and you hear elements of stuff that you've liked before. I mean, that's how it is that you become more effective at hipping people to new music. Once you know what they like, you kind of, like for me with the show, what it is that I do is I take the show and I try to stretch what you know and like already and say, okay, well, if you like this, then you'll like this. So, name dropping and everything is almost like serves as signposts a little bit, directions. But the destination is what it is. And to me, I hear a pretty fresh piece of music, man. I absolutely loved what I heard. I mean, who did I name drop in this entire time? King Missile, Garbage, Throbbing Gristle. Who else did I name drop? We Gorillaz, The Clash, Devo, Idols. I mean, that's a lot of really good bands. Kraftwerk, Gary Newman, Iggy Pop, Motorhead, even fucking Lemmy. Christ, man. I didn't catch the Motorhead thing. I didn't catch that. I caught Garage. As a matter of fact, I think during the play, during the spin, one of you mentioned that they're Swedish. That's a bit of a surprise. It doesn't sound Swedish. And then again, I thought to myself, well, yeah, aren't the Hives Swedish? So, okay, I could see that. I mean, listen, in terms of the sound sounds informed. Like a lot of the time when I start talking about all of these, like when I'm name dropping, like all of these bands, right? The thought that goes through my head is, well, these guys are young. They're younger than I am. I wonder how much of that stuff they do know and they've absorbed and incorporated into their own music, and how much would be completely new to them. Like if I had a conversation with the members of this band, what would I say to them? You know what I mean? What would we wind up talking about? If I was talking about all this stuff that it made me think of, what would I do? Like I always think about the fact that they're younger than me. So, I don't know. I dug it. Oh, wait a second. Hold on a sec. Okay, so they're all in their 40s. Okay, now that begins to make sense. That begins to make sense because it sounds informed. It's like, yeah. So all of a sudden, if you hear all of the stuff I've described, and again, if the singer's American, and then they're in their 40s, my question then becomes, what kind of a conversation would we have? Did I get any of it right? And if I did get any of those right, all of those name drops, how many of them would lead to really cool conversations? A conversation about the revolting cocks can go into 3,000 homo DJs, can go into Ministry, can go into fucking all of a sudden that whole electronic thing like KMFDM that came out during that time, early 9 Inch Nails. I always imagine the conversation. In Sebastian's interview with Fantoma, he talks about them all getting older. Okay. Yeah, I caught just a little bit of what Fantoma was doing a couple of days ago, and I find what he does really impressive. I know I can't do that. I don't do the same thing, but it's just I see a little bit what he does. He just fucking zones so much into the music and starts picking elements immediately, whereas I realized as he was doing all of that, how it is that I absorb music in a completely different way. I don't get analytical. I just experience the whole damn thing, and it's like I talk and I have a conversation. I don't critique. I try to experience it. I try to speak to my experience and how the music enhances my experience. I mean, that's what these listening parties are all about for me. Not to blow up the channel. It's to have a listening party with people that I like. People that I think know music well. You know? The people in Vinyl Junkies, some of you guys are so knowledgeable that you're your own goddamn influencers. You're my influencers. You haven't steered me wrong, man. You've introduced me to a lot of stuff. You introduced me to Fontaine's DC this year. That was a home run. I loved it. What else did you introduce me to? I mean, fucking Incarnate's been busting my balls about this VIAGRA Boys for pretty much since the moment it came out. Actually, he's been bugging me about VIAGRA Boys since before this record came out. So I would say that Incarnate's probably the first person that I came across with it. And I mean, yeah, it's right on. I get why you I get why you like it, and I get why you wanted me to listen to it and why you were excited for me to listen to it, because yeah, I like it immediately. I mean, the vocal delivery is beautiful. To me, it's just, even the vocals have enough nuance that the way he presents a song and the way he puts words together, he phrases his lyrics, makes you think of one singer at one time and another singer at another time. I mean, when you think about that, that's a great talent to have, you know? So, there is nuance to it. Good nuance, and like a lot of it hits you over the head, but because it's all delivered so cheekily, there's a sense of humor to the whole thing. There's a certain self-awareness to the whole thing that, yeah, I dig this. So what's the deal about that Trouser Jazz record? That's the last one, right? How did that one sound? Welfare Jazz, that's what it's called, yeah. Okay, meta-ironic commentary. Okay, in which case, that's it. Bingo. Bullseye, you know? I love it. I'm not going to enter the topics. I don't feel like engaging. I don't have the headspace for it. I'm not interested in using this as a platform. I'm not interested in convincing anybody. I'm interested in existing right now. And coexisting. So. Side B. If we get more of the same, I'm happy. If we get more of the same, I've already kind of picked out a couple of tunes. I can see like the second, third, fourth type of thing. I can see pretty much the whole record, but the middle section of that side one caught my attention a lot. So, yeah, we'll be hearing from these guys. I already know that we will. Let's do side two. I got a fresh cup of coffee here. I got a joint and a half. And I got time to hang out with all of you. And I'm happy. So, thanks for being my happiness. We're going to play tunes and hang out after this. So if you have any requests, if there were any requests from yesterday, I will use them today. Okay, so Mac Attack, I know you requested some Foo Fighters. I'm going to play that. I'll do all that, okay? Leopold, I miss you, Leopold. Come join us on Twitch, man. We will be doing a Vinyl Junkies meetup in Europe sometime soon, Leopold. So, expect us to meet if you want that to happen. I've mentioned already that the reason I do the afternoon shows is to be able to connect with my European friends. If you like what we do, join what we do. You don't have to. I'm inviting you. What we do is fucking cool without you, I promise. We're good. We're happy. But if you dig our vibe and you like what we do, then maybe you want to come be a part of this community as well. Patreon.com/VinylJunkies. Well, I could just be part of the community without being a patron. Not really. You know why? Because we know each other here. So when you're new, you stand out. It's not just a random group of people. The people that have come here have been coming here for months and years. You know how it is that I think Incarnate, Jason, was saying that the way there was one song where he was talking about the vaccines and all this, where he was being super ironic. And he was saying that a lot of the idea of this record came from during COVID. He was watching a lot of animal videos. It's exactly it. We all did something. We'll all look back at, okay, well, what did we do? What did we get into during that time? And I know for a lot of you, it's Vinyl Junkies. You got into Vinyl Junkies during gingivitis, you know? But I totally get that. Why don't we go to side 2? We ready for it? What tunes are we going to play after? I don't know. Patreon.com/VinylJunkies. Become a patron if you dig what we do. And we'll say hello to you. If you've let your Patreon run out, and I know some of you are out there that let your Patreon run out, re-up, man. Come join again. $2 a month, you know it's worth it. I mean, if it isn't, then you did the right thing by stopping. But if it's worth it and you're here and you're talking to us, come on, do the right thing. Patron up again. And be a part of it in the right way. Side B. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. see you, Carton. You're my dude. You're my dude. I love my Polish friends.
We just happen to have the same stuff, motherfucker.
Motherfucker! Franz Ferdinand as well.
I ain't no thief. I said I ain't no thief. I ain't no thief. We just. I said I ain't no thief. I ain't no thief. I said I ain't no thief. I ain't no thief. We just got the same stuff.
I'm gonna do. I'm gonna walk around and pull records from all of the different bands that this is making me think of, and I'll play those records for you after that, okay? I'm here and I'm listening. I'm listening to the whole damn thing. This one called Big Boy.
Big boy. I need a big girl to keep it real.
That's an interesting twist. Yeah. This is everything that I would want the record to be. There's one more song left. Attention deficit disorder. Even the titles, even the the themes, the titles of the songs. They make it so that you can see why I can see why I would go back to the record. So look, the reason it is that I stopped it is to say that we will be doing a show right after this. Okay, so the idea just came to me exactly the way just during the course of listening to this, as I was thinking about this band, as I was listening to Viagra Boys for the first time with a bunch of you who are very clearly, more familiar with this than I am, I come to it from my personal experience of listening to music. So, over the last 52 years type of thing, I've listened to so much. And as I listened to this band, I was kind of like picking different elements from here and there. So what it is that I started doing a little bit is I started picking out records which represent the elements that I'm hearing here in this record. So what the show will be is after this is done, we're going to turn off YouTube and switch only to Twitch. And I'm going to play you tunes that kind of make me think of Viagra Boys. How does that sound? And the next time around, when we have another old man to do, we'll pick a good old man record and get it done. All right. So let's listen to this last song. Seems like one of the longer tunes, Return to Monk. Usually when I see, and you can tell by the grooves. Is it going to be some kind of epic thing? I don't know. It doesn't sound like the kind of album that'll have the epic song at the end, but let's listen to it, all right? It's a long way to go with Black Angel at your side. That's a fucking epic way to end an album. Somehow I just thought of that. singer from the Jesus Lizard. How am I forgetting this?
A new carpet is installed. A murder takes place in Japan. Someone's head is cut off in an office.
David Yao,
The staff
yes.
do a great job of cleaning. The area is marked off and covered in plastic. And then a crew shows up and moves the furniture, which is meticulously cleaned, while the old carpet is quickly removed and a new carpet is installed. Very quickly. Everything is put back to normal. Everyone is quite pleased with themselves. They kept their cool in a stressful situation. It's been a good day. It's been a good day.
You're killing your father, Larry!
Killing each other!
You're killing your father!
Everyone's killing each other with sticks and bones and old pieces of mud. They're scraped off a tree. They're killing each other out here, man.
You're killing each other out here.
This is what you get! This is what you get when you meet a stranger in the Alps! That fucking rocked. That fucking rocked. Are you guys hearing the washing machine or not? Can you hear it? You don't hear it. Okay, good. Because it's absolutely going on in here, and I want to know if it's transmitting over the air. As you know, we have a professional fucking studio here. Bitch, this is my house. The basement is the record cave. These are where the archives are. Upstairs we got washing machines and sinks and stoves and fridges and ice makers. Now we even have ice makers. You know? There's an entire activity thing happening in here. It's like the Love Boat, but it's not a boat, it's a house. Okay, so listen. I thought that was suitably awesome, where it's almost like, why don't we just play it all over again? What I'm going to do now is say goodbye to the YouTube audience and invite you YouTubers to come join us on Twitch if you want to catch the rest of the show. We're going to do the radio show. I'm going to start playing records from artists and different passages that made me, that this Viagra Boys record made me think of. So a big part of the radio show is interacting with you guys and having a conversation about music. So now we're going to have a conversation about the music and bring it back to Viagra Boys. I invite you guys to be a part of that as well by putting in your requests if it makes you think of something, you know. Thanks for tuning in, YouTube. I appreciate you. We'll be back tonight for the regular show. And goodbye to YouTube. Once again, come join us on Twitch. Bye-bye.